Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. The journeyman story combined with the Director of Football Challenge. And today in episode 4, we go through transfer deadline day at Brechin before facing Stenhousemuir in what's becoming a clash for the playoffs. Now, I know the league's very tight and with 3 defeats, we could be back in 9th place conceivably. So I don't want to get too excited. But we've crept our way up to 4th and that's despite some really bad news off the pitch. So we've got to thank Pat Nevin for what he's been trying to do, but there is a little bit of a problem or two. So we'll go through all of that, we'll have our big game and we'll have transfer deadline day in full. So if you are looking forward to all of that, please do chuck a big thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Today's the last day we're going to have the triple header on the channel. We'll revert to 1 video and 1 live stream from tomorrow. So we'll be rotating between Bangor City and this save every day on the channel in the afternoon. And we'll still have daily live streams throughout the beta as well. But thank you so much for your incredible support with the first few days of FM21. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to try and hope that there's good news to build on today as we accept to take part in transfer deadline day. But before we get through that, I just want to show you the transfer work that's already been done this month. And the biggest bit of news isn't actually on this screen. So, if we go through the outs first, just the one, to Forest Mech in the Highlands and Lowlands League, it is Rory Curry who is a backup striker. Pat Nevin's decided to loan him out and take in his wages, and that's because he got a replacement in, which is fine, but he didn't bank on something else happening. So the 2 signings we've got in January so far, James Rose, a 16-year-old striker, a really good one as well, got his first couple of goals for the club already, and he's got some good attributes, although his finishing isn't quite up to scratch just yet. But 3.5 star ability, 5 star potential, only on 65 quid a week. He's a big upgrade and a big reduction in the wage bill. You couldn't ask for much more. And then secondly is Ross Woodcock. A problem at left back was spotted with Daniel Church's poor performances and Woodcock has been brought in as the replacement. 3 star ability, 5 star potential and he started really well. 3 games, an assist and a good average rating. He might be the answer to our problems and has probably coincided with some of our increase in form. But the biggest bit of transfer news is a man who's no longer with us. Now some of you were chanting his name in the last episode's comments, but unfortunately Leroy Mcavora has gone back to Hearts. They recalled him after his loan had been extended, so I was really excited. Pat Nevin had secured him for the rest of the season, he wasn't going back in January, and then he'd agreed that he was going to be a poacher, and Hearts recalled him because we were playing him as an advanced forward. I mean, you couldn't write it really, could you? A brilliant player for us, 9 goals in 10 league starts. That's how much he's going to be missed. 7.41 rating, 3 assists, 3 player of the matches. We aren't going to be able to cope as well without him. Or so we thought. If we go and have a look at the schedule to see how we've been getting on, things have been going rather well. So you were with me as we left off with a victory against Stranraer, and we've only actually lost 1 league game in the 2 months since. We've been winning games and scoring goals, and we only had a narrow defeat in the Scottish Cup against a very good side. So we played against today's opponent Stenhousemuir and lost 1-0 away from home. That was followed up though with that crucial win at home to Annan, who were bottom of the league at the time. Mcavora with a brace and Mally got the other goal as the front 2 were banging in goals. Against Cowdenbeath, both of those scored again, as well as Connor Barron from midfield. A 3-0 victory against Cowdenbeath in that one. A 5-0 win at home to Fort William in the Scottish Cup first round. A Mally hat-trick, Cusick and Barron with 1 apiece. A 0-0 draw at home to Elgin, a good result. They were 8th, we were 9th at the time, and it just meant that we kept that gap to 10th, and we managed to keep close to them. A 2-0 defeat away at Premiership Dundee, that was in the second round of the Scottish Cup. Championship Dundee now, sorry. Charlie Adam was starring for them, but we put up a good fight, and to be honest, we were happy to only lose 2. We did bounce back with a 2-1 win away at Stirling Albion. Mally got both of the goals on that occasion, our first game without Leroy Mcavora. And then a 1-1 draw at home to Queen's Park, a fantastic result. They're now 4 points clear, but we managed to hold them. So I'm really pleased with how we did in that game. It was a good goal from James Rose again. He's becoming a real star for us. And then a 5-1 win away for Stranraer. Probably the performance of the season. We were dominant. We were 3-1 up at half-time. We added late goals on the break. Rose, McCormick and Cusick with 1 apiece. And Mally got 2. Interesting to note that McCormick's was a stunning free kick. And that's one little technical attribute he has got in the locker. We've also been getting interest for jobs. So we've applied for one because we were linked with it in the media so much. And if it comes off, it's going to show how good we're going to be this year. because the job we've been linked with and applied for is Morton in the Scottish Championship. Now, they've got a heavy odds on for the job, so I'm guessing we're not going to get it. But we had interest, the fans were considering us, we were linked with it as of one of the favourites when it became available. And although they're 10th in the Scottish Championship, they're a professional side, 2.5-star reputation. If we get any interest for that move in the first season, that shows that this is going to be a fantastic rise, because we are overachieving with Brechin. And although the league position is massive, it's only a few points that have done it. So maybe we're just creating a little bit of a false dawn there. I'm not quite sure. We've also had one addition to the staffing team as well, as Pat Nevin gets to work off the pitch. He's brought in a head of youth development in David Green. Not the best on paper. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to produce stars for us. And as it is, we haven't got a youth intake. There is no youth recruitment. So this year, that's going to be difficult. But the young stars that Pat Nevin's bringing in makes it completely irrelevant. So apart from the loss of Mcavora, a really positive couple of months for us. So let's skip ahead through deadline day and see if there's any more gems to join the club. Well, I've got a feeling that no matter what happens on this channel after today, that will probably be the worst transfer special I ever show. Nothing happened. We had a couple of players who came and complained about first team football. We said we'd loan them out. They weren't part of the squad so much anymore. Nothing happened with them. And no offers, no nothing from Pat Nevin. So it looks like what we've got at the moment is what we're going to be using for the rest of the year. But there's no need to worry. We have got a good team and we are doing well. I wonder what the media prediction for us is now. Still joint 50s with a few others. So we aren't expected to be up there, and we've got our toughest run of games coming up as well. Stenhousemuir are right up there at the top. Edinburgh City are one of the top sides. Albion are bottom at home, so that's a crucial one, as is the Annan game. But then we come back to Queen's Park again, which is where the big tests are. But it is an open league, we didn't expect it. I didn't realise at the start of the season that it's reduced to 27 games this year. So we're actually halfway through after this Stenhousemuir one. I'm really pleased with how it's going. I feel like we can get a result. And even though that deadline day was quiet, we would have liked one bit of gold dust perhaps, maybe a goalkeeper with a bit more experience. We are still okay. We're in good shape and we've got Stenhousemuir up next. So let's go ahead to next Saturday, see if we can get a result, or maybe even a job interview at Morton. We are back to face Stenhousemuir. Albion Rovers game's been called off, so we're not getting any closer to the bottom regardless. But there are a couple of quick things off camera I want to show you. So the first one is one of you mentioned in the first episode in the comments that you knew the centre half of ours, Banner, and that you thought he was a good player. And by the way, he is improving quickly here. He's becoming a bit of a superstar. And I'm starting to think he's going to be a key man for us. So whoever said that, you've been absolutely spot on. He's been the best trainer every week. He's been a brilliant example. And he's going to be a star for this club. But I also wanted to take you to one of my favourite sections. Those that have been on the channel a while know that I use mentoring groups all the time. And what I love this year, and it's another one of those little features, is you used to have the little estimated influence on the group before. That was always there. But now you've also got the estimated effect from the group. So you haven't got to guess and work out based on their influence now. So what we've got here is Jonathan Page, a fairly professional 30-year-old influential skipper. He's going to have an average effect on the group. And these four, the young stars that we're trying to improve the personality of, the balanced and unambitious ones, they're going to receive an average benefit from it. So it's a really nice little feature that, and it makes something that I love using really easy. So I'm really happy with that. And some of those guys are improving already. James Rose immediately had a bit of a step up from it. Mark Malley improving, he's getting there slowly. So I'm looking forward to seeing the effects of that. I'm hoping it will go very well moving forward, because if we can get these young stars improving their personality, they'll then improve from the part-time training and will become a better side. And finally, I've also got one little pointer for those who follow Cliftonville last year, and those who want to know about my beloved Luton Town. Adam Idar, a young star, he's had a boost this year, and he's gone on loan to Luton, so we'll keep an eye on that very closely. But let's go and get into the team selection. It is a big game today. And we basically picked our 11 and 19. We don't have to change it. Our 11 and 20, sorry. We don't have to change the squad at all if everyone's fit. So our 11 for this game is Bannon in goal. Cinnamon and Woodcock, the new left back, are the fullbacks. We've got Sturrock and Banner together at centre half. Todd and Cusick the wingers, with Barron and McCormick centre midfield. This combination of ball winner on defend and advanced playmaker on support really seems to be doing well for us. Scott Cusick's wanted there. Morton, end of contract. Unfortunately, Morton have declined to interview us, so we haven't got experience in leading teams into promotion. We're not going to get that with Brechin. Malley and Rose are up front. That's our combination now. We haven't got Mcavora, but these two are scoring. So let's see if they can do the same again. What do you think the score will be? We'll see how many are right. Well, a couple of familiar names in this Stenhousemuir team. I recognise Bobby Bart, Graham Smith the keeper, Botti Biarbi up front. I had him in non-league in an off-camera save a while ago. Greg Spence on the bench. Erskine, I'm not sure that's the same one I'm thinking of though. The media roundup suggesting that we're doing well. And Stenhousemuir last time, one of the sides we lost to in the last couple of months. So let's try and get it back from them. We're going to get the lads to put on a worthy display. We've got most of them motivated. I mean, the starting 11 are fully on board with us now. So let's hope they produce a performance to match. Well, 15 minutes gone and the same old story. We're ahead on the expected goals. We haven't yet managed to get one though. And Athletic are getting a draw away from home at the moment. But as it stands, a draw's not a disaster for us. Against third place, if we can pick up a point, we'll be very happy. What does often happen is we fall away in the second half of games. So if we could get a lead, that would be lovely. As Cusick picks it up from the throw-in on the left. Goes down the line towards Rose. Had a really good spell for us so far. And he's got to the byline, in towards Mally, and it's headed away. And tapping clears long downfield. Biarbi holds up for Graham. Really good play from the centre forward there. Back to Ardalany on the left wing. Down the line to Biarbi again. No real support in the box just yet, so he goes back again. Edge of the box shot. Oh, it's into bar. Is he offside? The flag's up. I'm not sure about that. I had a feeling Woodcock had played him on and just got out of shape. But as it is, it's been disallowed and we survive at 0-0. Half time, not much in the game. And it's sort of what we've become the stars of doing. We've been keeping things tight. We've been having games with not many chances. It's the complete opposite to what we've got at Bangor City. But it's working for us. We've got this Brechin side that are hard to beat. And that's all we can ask for. We're ahead on the expected goals. But to be honest, it's not really been a massive game for chances. So if we can get 0-0, we take it. What we're going to do though is we're going to outstretch the arms. We're going to say keep playing the way you have been. They're all inspired and we need them to act that way in the second. We're gradually creeping a few more fans in as well. The attendance going up by 5 or 10. Elgin are getting a win. We've got to watch that. And we're coming forward on the right. Mally gets it from Cinnamon. Keeps the ball on despite the sliding challenge. Headed away as far as Barron. Time on the left to Cusick. Can he get the early crossing? He tries to beat his man but goes back. Woodcock. Down the line to Barron. To Cusick. There's two in there if he can find them. And he goes back to Woodcock again. There's the cross into Smith. And again, he doesn't do a cami bell either. He holds it well. And that's a brilliant kick. Did you see the drive on that? He's put Biarbi in, who's just squandered his chance. It's gone just wide of the far post. But that kick was unbelievable. It was low, it was driven, it beat the whole team. And we're back with Cinnamon with a free kick. To McCormick, long over the top from the right back, and he's cleared downfield towards Biarbi. Banner wins that header though, commanding at the back. Again above 7 for the rating. Centre half seem to have a very good rating on this. Something we're going to watch out for, as Cinnamon goes over the top. Headed away as far as the left winger. McCormick with a challenge. Still doesn't win the ball though. And I do worry every time he flies into one of those. How far until the red card comes? Banner heads the ball away to Cinnamon. Can we create an attack? It's just sort of head tennis, isn't it? Long balls galore. But that one's a good one to BRB. And Stenhousemuir lead on the hour mark. Probably just about deserved based on the threat over the top. But it has been an even game and we'll be hoping for an equaliser. 1-0 on the hour mark. And unfortunately, we haven't deserved any more. So, we're going to go positive. We're going to make some changes. Let's have a look at who we can bring on. So, Matt McCormick's not had a good game, actually. We'll bring Inglis on. He'll be the advanced playmaker on support. He's not really better in any position now. Barron can be a box-to-box midfielder. It's something he's better at anyway. And we're going to replace Todd on the right wing with Peyton, who's the best crosser of the ball. And then up front, both strikers have been poor. Do I make the change? Mally's not scored for a couple. Naroki's ready to come on and get a goal. So let's bring him on. Mark Mally is the man being replaced. And with those three made, we'll be trying to get on the front foot. It's one of the very few times this season, actually, that we're behind on the expected goals. So we can't actually argue with this defeat if it comes. And just like that, we've dropped to 6th place. So we're going to go attacking. A point could make a big difference here. But we could let in 2 or 3 the way this goes. As on the left wing, they cross it in again. Woodcock volleys clear. And there's 2 men up there, but Little gets there. He clears it long towards Cinnamon. To Naroki, the substitute. We've not seen much of him, but since Curry's gone out on loan, he's been promoted to 3rd choice. Long ball over, finds Rose though. I thought he was offside. I was waiting for the inevitable flag. But James Rose puts it in the back of the net. A brilliant volley clearance finds him. And the Route 1 football works. 1-1 into stoppage time. We've levelled up the expected goals. We've levelled up the tally. And we pick up a late point against third place Stenhousemuir. No arguments with that whatsoever. A brilliant result for us. And we continue that unbeaten run. I'm happy with the performance. The lads are delighted. And we're starting to look a decent side here. Whisper it quietly. We've got bottom place Albion Rovers next. If we can win that, the possibilities might be endless. I've got to say, the one thing I did not expect when I started this season was to fall in love with Brechin City, and I didn't expect to be up amongst the playoffs. And with the game finished, Cowden Beef got a stoppage time red card, which led to a penalty and an equaliser for Queen's Park, and we're back up to 4th in the playoffs. We've got fan reactions that are just unbelievable. I mean, the one that said they felt like a win, great. Team defended brilliantly. Who's this Sam Weatherston? Falling asleep? Did you not see the late equaliser? Unbelievable stuff. You can't please some people. But we're up in 4th place, and if we are still looking at jobs, we're going to have a real good time with that one, because we must be creating interest with these performances, and the club is exceeding all expectations. We've got an impressive rise, as has been highlighted there. I can't take the credit for the bargain hunting. That is Pat Nevin. If we have a look at the finances, it's been pretty much even. It's actually improving over the last few months. So I don't know where we're making the money. I don't know how we're making it. Because this month we've been making money as well. And I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it was the Dundee game. We played away at Dundee and there were 4,500. So I guess if the gate receipts are shared, compared to our normal few hundred, that would explain why we've got so much money coming in. But a wonderful performance after a very quiet and disappointing deadline day. I can see Pat Nevin's trying to get a physio in now as well. Not the best, but he's bolstering off the pitch. And that's what we need moving forward. We could do with a coach still. We've only got a goalkeeper coach at the minute. But at the moment, it's all looking comfortable and we're exceeding expectations. So I'm very happy with where we are. But let's have a look at the schedule for where we're next going to be back. I'd like to show a couple more episodes ideally. So I think we'll try and show games we haven't shown teams of already. So if we go for Albion Rovers and Stirling maybe, or I could go for Annan and Cowden Beef, but I think that's too soon. We'll go for Albion and Stirling, and then we'll do Elgin and the end of season review, unless of course we manage to hold on to our place in the playoffs. So if you did enjoy this episode, that brilliant late result against Stenhousemuir, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the January work. I know it's a big loss to lose Mcavora, but James Rose looks some player, doesn't he? A quiet deadline day, but Woodcock really bolstered our defensive side at left back, and I'm starting to feel really optimistic. I don't think we'll hold on to 4th, but I don't think we'll be anywhere near that 10th place, and that is a remarkable achievement given how we started the season. If you haven't already, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts every time we go live, which will include today at 5:30, and of course every time there's a new video on the channel. Following today's triple header, we'll be rotating the 2 long-term stories every day at 3:30 for now. So Bangor City will be back tomorrow and the head coach will return on Sunday afternoon. So thank you so much for your incredible support. I really do appreciate it. You can check out my podcast in the eye above. There's a link to all the series if you've missed any of the others. But a massive thank you for watching this one as always. And I'll see you next time to see if we can stay in surprise playoff contention.